All right, good afternoon, everybody. Or let's come. Oh, I just want to say good morning, everybody. Long rest, chilling right now. That goddamn barbershop, I shit done. Packed this week. I don't like going with crowds. My first guest, our guest is here. She will take this for the entire segment, and we are talking about astrology today. Uh, I did it already. I had a long morning, folks. Oh man, she is here. The beautiful Miss Toyah has arrived, and she's going to talk to you all today about astrology. Let me see if my man is done yet. Nice little get to. I mean, this one I'm talking. And if he is, I told him last longer than he thought it was. Oh yeah, yeah. Told him that was going to happen. And listen to boy Mace. Goddamn, give Vic the House of Alexander credit. He was there for the whole 12 hours. Bunch of guys that I know in there, reach on, shout out to him. Shout out to PC. But my beautiful lady is about to come up right now. I appreciate that. Very is. Yeah, I'm here. Let Toya rock this. If I mean, I didn't know Auntie was purging too. I think it was Tuesday, Wednesday. But I owe this beautiful lady all credit and love she deserves because he wasn't in the mood last week. I could tell by the way she texted me. I'm like, oh God, I gotta make this. It's here. I'm waiting for her to come up and then we'll get this started. And she's gonna talk all of you about astrology. She is here. My my co-host, beautiful co-host, the beautiful Miss Toya is in the house.
Hey,
Good.
Mace, can you hear me good?
Crystal clear. Good morning.
Good
How
morning.
are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great after the news I got on Thursday about me. I
Yeah,
yeah.
celebrate that win.
I love the way you said that. Yeah, I appreciate that. Um, I'm just relaxing. I mean, something that, to be honest with you,
Mhm.
I haven't really done since before all this happened before Christmas. So it feels good that I'm back to full circle again. I can go back to the gym. I can walk 2.5 miles, and I'll start that on Monday. And
Okay.
it's the best time to go to the gym is now because most people want to go to the gym to look good for the summer. I hate
Mhm.
the summer, so all summer long I'm gonna be working in the gym in peace and quiet. I'm not one of these guys that goes to the gym for eye candy. That's why I go to the gym like 5 in the.
I hear you, Mace. And when I go to the gym, that's what time I like to go to, just for that exact same reason. I do not want to be eye candy, and I'm not trying to see eye candy.
There you go. Goes both ways.
Yeah.
Because I'm a man, I forget that all the time.
Do you?
Yes, I really do. I never forget this. This was like a decade ago when I first lost my weight. And a guy told me, "You don't think it goes the same way?" And I said, "What do you mean by that?" He said, "You don't think a woman wants a good looking dude that they could bring home to their family and friends and show off and be proud to be with?" And because of my inexperiences, I never realized that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perspective is something else when you're offered it, right?
Yeah. And I'm like one of these guys, right? I'm like, I thought deep about it. I said, yeah, makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
because,
No,
yeah, go ahead.
it's funny because this morning I was actually thinking about how much I used to besmirch people who stayed in the gym and were really heavy into their fitness. I really used to admonish them, and it was, I think a lot of that was rooted in my disdain for um, just being so vain, the vanity of it all.
Hmm.
But I think what changed my perspective on that was once I started to lose weight and get in shape and push my body, I started to understand, like, for me, I like pushing myself physically.
Hmm.
And I think that there are more people like me who like to push themselves physically, but also that like to see that in their partner, in their mate. And so it stops being so much about the vanity necessarily and more about, wow, you had the fortitude to, shape your body in this way and to stick with it, because it's such a commitment. It's so much more than just what you look like in a mirror or how the sweat drips off of you. It's more than how you end up looking in your clothes. It's about the the fact that you're making a connection with your body in a way that you can understand how much it's capable of.
Yeah, I agree. Um, I remember when I first lost my weight, and that was when that person told me about the other way around, how women look at things.
Yeah.
And I was really into myself when I first lost the weight. So I'm
I mean,
like,
I can't blame you, Mace. I see what you looking like out here.
thank you. So like,
Yeah.
I'm like saying, I, I, I told him, I said, you don't think I'm a good catch for one of these sisters, but they can bring home the mom? He said, no,
Shoot.
no, it's not that with you. He said, with you, you got too much ego, man. You like yourself. You love yourself too much, man. No woman wants that. Morning, I mean, good afternoon, Tampa. How are you? Saying hello to you.
No such thing as loving yourself too much. No such thing. Keep
You ain't
going.
lying because the tutor is summertime fine. Look at that. Coming from Tampa Supreme. Go subscribe to him. Good morning and good afternoon, bro. I love that young man's perspective on the black community. His videos, they're tremendous.
Thank you,
Tremendous.
Mr. Supreme.
Yeah. Very, very, this young man is great. I gotta look him up 'cause I haven't seen one of his videos in a hot minute, but when I see it in the library catalog, I will definitely watch a couple of them. Um, let me ask you this:
Please
um,
do.
when what's up, grinder? When a person, let's
Hey,
say in our
Brenda.
cases, um, can I say this? Okay, a person in both of our cases who lost a tremendous amount of weight. I forgot who was up here the other day, and he said he lost 175 pounds. And oh, it's Akuma was up here from. He's always in BS1 Ross's room, and
Oh,
he told
okay.
me the other night he lost 175 pounds playing
Wow.
basketball,
Wow. Good for
and
him.
that's why he likes basketball, 'cause it helped him lose weight. And I was up here, and I told him how proud I was of him, and how if basketball makes you happy, then love basketball for the rest of your life because
That's
you're
right.
always going when you see a basketball game, it's going to remind you of two things: where you was before and where you are now. And I think he got very emotional because he kept saying some beautiful things to me in the chat room, and I think sometimes, and I want Toya to comment on this from a woman's perspective.
Okay.
When people who are trying to lose weight or if people lost a lot of weight, you can tell if they're not getting like their flowers. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And the
Yeah.
women's side, why don't you tell us how it is when a woman loses weight and you still get ignored by people that know you? That's the part that hurts the most.
I was gonna say, because that's really what it is. Because you would never notice the people who you wouldn't know anyway. But um, in my experience, I'll say I had people who, even before the weight loss began, when I told them about the steps that I was taking and what was going on with me health wise, they were already against it, like putting up resistance towards this lifestyle change that I was getting ready to embark upon. Which was interesting for me because it's like it's amazing how people will claim ownership of bodies that aren't theirs, and we have to be careful about those kind of people. But I will say that in the aftermath of losing the weight, I started to realize that no one was going to celebrate that win for me or with me, that I needed to do that celebrating by myself. Um, and it didn't dawn on me until years later, because I was like, I kept waiting for this moment. For some reason in the back of my mind, I kept waiting for this moment for people to like rally behind me and say, "Wow, I'm so proud of you. You did this. Like, congratulations. Let's celebrate. Let's do something in honor of what you've accomplished." But that never came, and I must admit that that also took um, some mental gymnastics, because it made me actually sit with myself and wonder why I even was looking for that. Why was I expecting that? Like, why that was even a consideration for me. Which then led me to, oh, girl, you need to do this for yourself. Like, no one needs to be doing this for you. Like this isn't a birthday. It's not a holiday. It's you did this for you, so you have to celebrate it for you. And that's where I'm at with it now. It's less about external um, gratification or recognition or reverence. It's more so about my own honor and reverence of myself, because I earned that. I'm the one who put in the work. I'm the one who's maintaining it. So I have to be the one to celebrate it. And yes, to answer your question in a much shorter fashion, because I know I just took the long route.
No,
Um,
it's okay. You explaining something that is real facts for people who never went through it or people trying to get through it.
yeah, because I think everybody's experience with it is different. But to your point, yes, it hurts a lot more when the people that you know don't celebrate that weight loss, because on the outside looking in, when you see other people going through it, you hear all the good things that people say, and yes, of course I had that. But there's also this part of it where people have their own expectations that they tend to project onto you, and that's the part where it gets a little dicey, because it's like this is personal, so I can't take on whatever your expectations of this is supposed to look like. But at the same time, sometimes people don't know how to hold that back or mask it.
Yeah. When I did it, I wanted to disappear, and I did end up checking out anyway. But I think what really satisfied me was I didn't ask for pomp and circumstance, but in the community I used to live in, they all the restaurants, because so many restaurants where I used to live, so I can eat anything I want any day of the week. The people in the community celebrated it and made me feel like a rap star. They were so proud of me. People patting me on the back, but what they didn't realize was they all was losing business, not having me anymore. I couldn't eat the food in the house. And I used to tell them that. They say, yo, when you come in, I said, dude, I can't eat that shit
Mm-hmm.
anymore.
Yep.
The days of eating two hamburgers and
That's
a stuffed plate
over.
of fries, I can't do that no more.
No, no, no. Much
I'm here
love,
with
Mr. Miami.
I'm here with the beautiful Toya, and she's gonna hit the topic you all want to hear about, which is astrology in a minute. Yeah, because when that young man told me that basketball saved his life, because what I was doing the game up here the other night, and I was poo-pooing it. I'm like saying, "Oh God!" And then he told me that he lost 175 pounds playing basketball. Because I asked him, "How you doing, Tony? Good morning, Tony." I asked him, "Why you like basketball so much?" And then when he told me, I stopped, and I was up here thinking about what he must have gone through.
Oh yeah.
175 pounds. And
That that is amazing.
he still got to lose more.
175 is that's a person. That's
Yeah,
like
like me, I lost 145. That's a whole human being.
yeah, yeah, like same, same. I lost somewhere in the neighborhood of 150.
Yeah, human
But
being.
yeah, that is also a human being. But yeah, you know, I it's a struggle still to this day sometimes to celebrate that, to even come to grips with that number being so high and literally being the weight of a person, um and still being a whole person without that weight, like because I'm about 160 now. I'm hovering at about 160, 162 somewhere. I haven't
Loving
been
that
on a
Texas
scale.
barbecue, right?
Right. I haven't been on a scale in about a month or so. So I have to get on a scale and get back to you guys about with a more accurate number. But yeah, I've definitely put on weight since I've been in Texas, but what I'm doing with it now is I'm toning, and I'm also going to be making some dietary changes again. Um because I want to go towards a more plant-based.
Mm-hmm. Someone was up here saying that the other night too. I
Yeah,
forgot
like
who it
here's the
was.
thing. Here's the thing. I moved to Texas
Mm-hmm.
and I love meat, which it doesn't make sense or bode well for me to now start to do a like plant-based thing. But
Mm-hmm.
I think what I want to do is, or no, not I think, what I will be doing is moving towards a more plant-based diet a few times a week and just
Mm-hmm.
seeing how my body responds to that, because I really want to make conscious changes and not just quit anything cold turkey or make anything drastic, because my body responds to different foods crazy sometimes. So I have to be mindful while I'm making these changes that I do it gradually. But I'm now at a point in my life that it's more important for me to eat the things that my body likes and eat for purpose rather than for pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
And even though I moved a lot away from eating for pleasure, I am still very guilty of doing that.
I am too.
More often than I would be happy to admit, if I can be honest with you.
I've
Like
been wolfing down lifesavers for the last month, and
ice
raise
cream
wagyu.
has me in a chokehold, Mace. Ice cream has me in a chokehold,
There
and
you
it's
go.
not letting go. And I actually like to be choked. So it's a double entendre there. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, I know what you're
I
saying.
like to be choked,
Trust me.
and I like ice cream, and ice cream has me in a chokehold. It's like really hard. But either way, I am going to, you know, try to address that in a more healthy way so that I can um because I don't know if there's ever a life for me without ice cream. I don't know if that life exists, but I would like to get to a place where my body is functioning at its optimal, and now is as good a time as any to try to harness that. Um, I think I'm pretty healthy as is, but I would like to make that even better, and I think I can by just making some dietary changes. But again, like I said, I'm in Texas, and like I picked the worst place and time to do that because there's all this good barbecue, all this meat around. So I'm not
Yeah,
saying I'm giving up meat, but I would like to decrease my consumption of it.
yeah. I told you about my boy who used to be my next door neighbor. He lives in Arlington,
Okay.
and he lost about 180 pounds. And then when he met his wife, he moved down to Texas because he's from Texas. And I want to talk to Manzano about his high school friend of mine, and then we'll get to astrology. And uh, I told you now he weighs about 425
Yeah.
because he eats all that Texas barbecue, can't stop. And I mean, it, I'm laughing not at him. I'm thinking about the old me. If I lived in Texas,
I'm telling you.
I'll be the good Richie Blimp right now. I'll probably weigh 600. I'll be on that show about the 600-pound people. I'll be on
Mhm.
that.
Yeah. I mean, I will say, like, although I put on a little bit of weight, it's not out of control. Like it's literally maybe 8 to 10 pounds that
It's
I put
very
on.
controllable. Yes.
And but here's the thing. I think that what helps me is that I don't overeat anyway. So yes, I'm eating things that normally I wouldn't be eating because of being in Texas.
Hmm.
Um, but I'm still not eating more than I normally would at a sitting. And so, I think that's my saving grace because I'm not going overboard with things.
Hmm.
Um, but I am indulging more than I would like to. So it's like, at first you get here and you're like, oh, all the pretty lights and everything smells good. So you're like, you want to just partake in it in it
Hmm.
all, like a piece of this, a piece of that, a piece of that. And, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I think it was very necessary for me to do that. And I still think I need to do more of that as I get to know more about Texas. However,
Hmm.
I just don't want to become reliant upon it or make any bad habits based on it. And so, I had to really check in with myself this week and be honest about like the things that I keep returning back to that perhaps I should put some space between.
Let me ask you this real quick. I've been dying to ask you this for the last 2 weeks.
Shoot.
Did you enjoy that pizza that me and James Brown sent you?
Okay, so I went
Hmm.
and it wasn't it wasn't our pizza, Mace. It wasn't.
I keep telling you, baby,
It wasn't. Like
they
it
don't make it like we do.
No, they don't. And I
You
think
was
I
that
will
disappointed, huh?
yeah.
There you go. I can tell
Yeah,
by the sound of your voice.
I was gonna say I think I might just stick to chain pizza because that might be my best bet here.
Oh, brick oven.
Yeah, because like Domino's or Pizza Hut or like you said, Brick Oven, that might be the best thing they could do because it's just not the same at all. And like it looked like it might be good because they had the pies all behind the glass, like like we're normally used to seeing.
Hmm.
Um, but I just got two plain slices and I came home and felt like I needed to put more cheese on it.
Yep, there you go. Cheese and water. That's why
Yeah.
they don't make it like us.
Right. You're right.
Cheese and water.
You're right. I'm
They don't make.
excited to try. There's this place called Royal China though, and it's a Chinese food spot that's been here for 30 years and apparently it's like the best in the area. So I'm gonna try that because I do miss home Chinese food as well.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Because you know
I
me, I'm not
what I
gonna.
wouldn't give for some chicken wings fried hard and some pork fried rice. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. The pork fried rice is the best. Sorry to those who don't eat pork.
Yeah, I feel you. Did James Brown give you a deuce?
I, you know what? I think he did. I don't remember, but I think he
You
did.
ever seen him more?
Yeah, yeah.
He gave you a deuce. He always
Between
gives me a
between
buck.
between you and him, I had enough to get two slices. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I just want to make sure you got it. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? I
Yeah.
asked him, I said, bro, did you give her more than the single? He said, yeah, I gave her two. I said, get out of here, bro. I told
Yeah.
him, get out of here. You know
I
what I'm saying?
appreciate that. He didn't have to give me anything, neither did you. So I appreciate that.
I
I'm very
want to make
grateful.
sure that you ate well. All right, this
You're
is something
always
Tony.
kind
s-
to me.
This is something that Tony sent in. You know what's beautiful about this?
Wow.
His friend that did this, I know he did it because the quickest way to lose weight is swimming
Yeah,
because it uses all the muscles in your
yeah,
body.
yeah, it does. Swimming is it really does. And honestly, I used to always feel like I had a good workout after I went swimming.
There you go. Yeah. You may be tired, but once you hit
Yeah.
that shower and
Oh
you
yeah.
dry off, put your clothes back on, you feel real good. His diet is red meat, chicken, and fish. Yeah, that's the formula. He is
Wow,
175 pounds pure muscle.
that's
Wow,
amazing.
that's amazing. I know the women are throwing themselves at him.
Mm-hmm.
175 pounds of solid rock. So he's Ben Grimm, huh? All right, let's get to this topic that this beautiful lady is going to talk about, and it's going to be her platform. While I do some data work. Um, I am not into astrology, but can you please describe to me what is a Sagittarius based on before you go deep into astrology, wherever.
Well, I think the better question is not what is it based on, because Sagittarius isn't based on anything. It's a sign, so there are things based on it.
All right,
Um,
put it that way there.
yeah, yeah. So as a Sagittarius, you're a fire sign, which um there are three fire signs: Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius.
Okay.
Um and are you familiar with the animal that is represented by Sagittarius?
No, I don't know what it is.
It's a centaur. Centaur.
Okay.
So that is and it's holding a bow and arrow. So a lot of times what you'll see the sign for Sagittarius is a bow and arrow, or something that looks like a cross and an arrow. That's usually what you'll see represented by Sagittarius. You are a mutable fire sign, which means that you are adventurous and expansive. Um,
I know it was a Sagittarius broadens their horizon.
what do you mean?
Like you said, they're say it again what they are. The short version.
So you're a fire sign, but you're mutable, which means that you're adventurous and expansive. Um, when you think about the reason why I started talking about fire sign is because I'm also a fire sign as a Leo, but you being a Sagittarius and me being a Leo, we express fire very differently. You express it in a very expansive way as a Sagittarius, and like I said, you being a centaur, you have the upper body of a human and the lower body of a horse. So you're half man, half horse. And then you also have the bow, which is like synonymous with the Sagittarius. So you have a mix of independence and knowledge and sensitivity. Um, but freedom is also like a big thing with Sagittarians. Like you have to have freedom. But when you think about fire, you can't contain that. It has to be free to burn. And that points towards your expansive nature. Does that sound like you, or am I far off? Well,
Yeah, that sounds like me
okay. Yeah.
right here.
You have
You,
you have a quest for knowledge, and you're it makes you a good storyteller and entertainer, which is why you're here on YouTube. You have the
yeah, I
gift.
get told that lately. Everybody thinks that
Yeah.
I'm funny, and I'm not funny. I'm just
Yeah.
sarcastic with my commentary.
And you're blunt. And
There you
people
go.
like
That's
that.
why I am. Yes, I'm blunt.
Yes, yes, yes. And you know what the good thing about you is that you don't take anything too seriously. Like that's another sign of a Sagittarius. You will never get a Sagittarius to take anything too seriously. It's like, all right, live a little, relax, let it go, you know?
Yeah, because we'll get to your question in a second, Tony. Um, I've been through so much in my life, especially everybody knows about the last 11 years with
Mhm.
my kidney and stuff. But
Mhm.
before that, with my weight problems, I went through a lot of crap from people
Yeah.
and human beings. That's the reason why I checked out. People wonder why you checked, why are you doing what you're doing? Why did you do what you did? I said because I just feel that when you're by yourself, you're better off. Who did I had up here was Auntie, or was it Laurel? I think it was Laurel. No, it's Auntie.
Shout out to
Eh,
both of them.
Yeah, shout out to both of my boys. And I told about I was talking to them about just avoiding this manosphere craziness. And I said the best thing to do is to stay in your own lane and don't worry about anything else.
Yeah.
And yesterday I was going in a Melanie King, um, a struggling lawyer. That
Mhm.
those two in particular are taken from Kevin Samuels and is running with it. And I think it's sad. Supposed to be his friend, and this is how you treat. This is how you go about it. You know, it's sad. Uh, young lady, I was watching her late last night, and she said she spoke to Kevin Samuel's family. Shout out to I am Shalakemia, and she said that the mother still, their family still reeling because it's not because
Yeah.
he's gone. It's because of all the hatred
Yeah.
towards them, and from a black mother seeing that her own species is destroying her son and dancing, twerking on his grave and all this stuff. Wow.
It's disgusting behavior.
Yeah. Shout out to Edward Anderson. There is no. I just. I'm just gonna be honest. Probably the best thing that ever happened for you. I never got involved with
Yeah.
women, and if this is the dark side of women, then God help us as a race, as a community, because this is sickening.
That
I mean,
whole
all the
sisterhood that people like to talk about, it doesn't exist.
so if it doesn't exist, then where is all this vitriol coming from? Then
The vitriol is coming from the fact that these so-called women don't
nice way of
even
putting it.
they don't even know they don't even know their worth. They don't know what they're here for. So how can a group of people without purpose be on their purpose?
You know what always disturbed me about black women, and I said this many years ago, and I got laughed at. I got pushed back. But two things I realized since I've said this. Number one, I didn't know how mean and uh, hateful black women really are. And number two, I didn't realize how weak black men are for black women's validation. And I am stunned, stunned beyond belief how much hate these young women have. I really am.
I'm stunned about it too because I bought into the lie of sisterhood. I thought that it did exist and I really I really was gullible about the fact that, you know, the majority of us sharing in the fact that we are women would want to have alignment with reference to our goals and achievements and things like that. Um, so it was very sobering for me to realize just how much of a divide or how many divides exist within womanhood, and they just keep growing day by day. I mean, there is a clear and distinct line drawn in the sand between what a woman used to mean and what it means today. And on the other side of that, what it means today is a bunch of convolution. And I don't want any part of it, to be honest with you. You know, it makes it very difficult to be understanding and welcoming of people how they are and as they come, when we have driven away all of the things that make it identifiable to be a woman.
Sad, because where black women go wrong, in my opinion, is especially when they're young. I'm talking about when they become young women. They want everything right there. They want instant gratification. They don't understand that when you meet a guy, let's say a brother, and you both went to college together, you both achieved things together, but yet you don't want to go on his journey of success. You miss out on everything. And then when these women like Vivica A. Fox have so much, hatred towards Kevin Samuels, just because the man spoke his mind and spoke his opinion, tried to help our community,
Don't get
it's
me started on her.
that goes to show you, like I said, you gotta wonder sometimes. And I say it up here all the time. Best thing ever happened to me in my life, I never got involved with women, in particular black women. And I'm not a fan of any other race of women, so I hope people hearing this don't take it the wrong way. But to me, always being alone and being by myself was the best things that happened to me ever in my life. Because being in the outside looking in, the one thing I did see and the one thing I do well is I observe and I go by my eyes and my mind. I don't let people tell me, "Oh, this," and that's the point I was going to make. The one problem about black women I knew for years, they are followers. They are monkey see, monkey do. They don't they don't come up with their own ideas. And then here's the sad part: from everything I've been hearing, I hear, you can tell this to the audience. I hear black women dog each other worse than they do black men. Is that true?
Oh yeah.
I never knew that.
Oh
Because I'm
yeah.
not in women's spaces. That's why I never knew that. All right, Manzano, he wants to know what it is to be a Virgo and what does the Virgo sign dictates, and also Mr. Miami is Capricorn.
Oh, okay. All right. So as a Virgo, like I said in the chat, you are an earth sign. Earth signs typically exude a feminine or yin energy, you know, the yin of the yang.
Mm.
Um, they simply like to have solid foundations and are steady, which is obviously a hallmark of being an earth sign, being grounded, being steady. Um, Virgos in particular are meticulous, they're very concerned with how things look. And it's not from a superficial standpoint. It's more from a how can we make this look the best? What do we need to do to ensure that it is right? So that's what I mean when I say they're very meticulous. You're not going to get a Virgo to give you half-ass or less than stellar work because they just don't operate that way. Um, and I love that about Virgo. I simultaneously hate it about Virgo, but I do love that about Virgo. Because sometimes you just want to like let loose and chill or whatever the case. But like Virgos are like, nope, we've got things to do and we've got um, goals to hit, and it's like I can respect that. Um, but that's also Capricorns are good for that too. Capricorn is also an earth sign. Um, so again, when we're talking about the element of earth, we're talking about being grounded. My Venus is in Virgo, so when it comes to love, I approach it from a very practical standpoint, and like it says, um, earth signs are very dependable lovers. Their attraction is driven by their senses. Um, Routine is very important for earth signs. They do well with a regimen.
I'm listening to you, baby. Just keep talking.
Earth signs are they do have a tendency to get stuck in bad behavior more than other signs do, but that's why the routine and structure is helpful, so that they don't become stagnant.
Feel you. The young man who I was just telling you about a few minutes ago was up in the chat, and uh, it's good to see him. I would love it's Akuma to come up here and tell us the story about
Oh
all the way he
man, he's
lost.
a Taurus. That's the other earth sign.
There you go.
Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo are the earth signs. I love Tauruses, especially Taurus men.
Taurus the
I have
bull.
to say. Yeah.
Oh, good to see you. It's a good. I was telling everybody your story,
Yeah, he was
and
snitching. Mace was snitching on you. It's Akuma.
more, I was getting emotional because when he
Oh,
said that
yeah.
to me the other night, I really had to pause, tell him what I told him, and about how proud of him I am. And if basketball is what makes you happy, because it's going to remind him of how big he once was and how good looking he is now, then you love the NBA and college basketball, bro.
Mhm.
You love it, man. You go ahead. He's part of the Earth Gang. He said, pretty cool. We should do astrology more often. Look how everybody's
I'm
getting
telling
into it.
you, it's so cool
We
because
got a good audience in the clouds.
yeah, I appreciate that. But astrology is just a tool. I think people put too much on it. Um, as far as it being a belief system, and it's just a tool to get to know how to communicate better and to understand people. I think people just don't see it as the asset it can be.
Yeah,
um
man.
and
Share you, man.
also it really does put a highlight on the fact that we have way more in common than we don't. Like, yes, it's Akuma is a Taurus and I'm a Leo, but when you zoom out and look at all the planetary action at the time of your birth, you might notice that we have some other planets in common, which make us able to relate.
You know who was big in astrology was my father. God bless his soul. And I
Oh,
used
that's
to
your
look.
daddy Mace.
I used to look at him like, "Are you serious, man?" And, but he was big into. I mean, he used to have people at his house just talking about it, looking at cards, and,
Sounds like a smart man.
and I'm looking at him like, "Is this real?" I'm gonna say this again. I'm glad Mom is not here to hear this. Dad was right again. I did not know. You know when I realized you have something here, and I didn't know. I was in your room one day, a couple weeks ago, and I saw you having a whole show on all the women in this, and I said, "Whoa." I said, if people are really into this, I said, let Toya talk about it because I really don't know a thing about this. And I mean, we're getting responses. People are watching this, and I think that's pretty cool. As a Virgo, what are my capable? My what are
Compatible
my
signs. Well, Virgo, because you're an earth sign, obviously all other earth signs are good for you.
interesting?
Yeah, so other Virgos, Capricorns, and Tauruses, because you guys would both have that propensity to be grounded. So that would probably work really well. Um, when it comes to now, I'm gonna look it up because I want to be accurate in my answer, but just in my understanding of astrology, I would say you would probably do well with other with air signs as well. I would say earth and air. Um, but I'm gonna look it up and see what the internet tells us.
I wonder what's compatible with Sagittarius is.
Definitely other fire signs. So myself, a Leo, an Aries, or another Sagittarius, but for sure air signs. The opposite um, sign for Sagittarius is Gemini, but you would also do well with Aquarius and Libra.
And what month is Libra?
Libra is September to October, so the end of September to the beginning of October.
Interesting.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm pulling it up.
Very interesting. It was a beautiful Toyah. We had good audience in the chat, good audience in clouds. I appreciate all of you for um, being here.
All right. So on Allure, they have an article that says love sign compatibility. So
Interesting. Never knew this.
yeah, I'm just gonna go to Virgo real quick because it breaks it down by sign. But I'm just gonna go to Virgo real quick just so I can answer his question. Earth sign Virgos are known for their extreme intellectualism. Ruled by Mercury, they are always processing information and prefer expressing themselves through logical and rational communication. They are perpetual list makers, and these pragmatic signs feel most grounded and stable when paired with fellow earth signs Taurus and Capricorn. They also value Virgo's an analytical eye and attention to detail. So, like I said, all the earth signs. But it says opposite sign Pisces is also a terrific match for Virgo. Both of these signs love being helpful, and while Virgos lend a more practical hand for assistance, Pisces is a skilled emotional healer. So Pisces is a water sign. Okay, see, they used my word in this. Now you know I wasn't just making this up.
No, I never said you was.
When their meticulousness takes a turn for the worst, it can often manifest in perfectionism or nitpickiness. Impulsive Gemini and intrepid Sagittarius can be put off by Virgo's neurotic tendencies, and these signs often clash when coupled. When matched with a Gemini or Sag, Virgos would benefit from embracing the spontaneity of life and not getting so caught up in the details.
I understand.
Well, Capricorn is an earth sign, but yes, Leo as a fire sign. I get along with Virgos. Yeah, I'm a Leo. Yeah, I get along with Virgos. The thing is, we're also right next to each other. So there's a tendency for signs that are right next to each other to get along with each other. So when we move out of Leo, we move into Virgo. And that also will depend on where you are. Um, you're at the beginning of Virgo too. So I wouldn't be surprised if there was some Leo influence in your chart somewhere.
Yeah. Um. So Tony, you got the answers you wanted, bro?
I can talk about this all day.
Okay.
Um,
Hey, go ahead.
yeah, so yesterday was Friday the 13th. I wonder if we know anybody that was born on May 13th. I don't personally,
I
but
don't even. The guy who I told you about in your neck of the woods, he was born last week. His birthday last Thursday. He was May 5th. You know the one I told you weighs about 425 now.
mhm.
And he's May 5th.
Okay. So why don't I read you guys your horoscope for today?
Hey, I think they'll love it. Get ready, fellas. That's you, Mr. Miami Capricorn, Taurus the Bull, um, it's Akuma, and Virgo for Manzano.
All right, so I'll start with Taurus. There's a place for criticism, but it shouldn't be a constant in your social world. Gossip offends your sensibility, and it doesn't have to be about you for you to feel hurt by it. Go where people are kindly supportive. And I'm reading this from Horoscopes by Holiday Mathis on creators.com. She's one of my favorite people to get horoscopes from. I've been reading her horoscopes for years, like because she used to put them in the newspaper, but now she has a website that she updates. Anyway, so that was Taurus. Now I will go to Leo because I'm a Leo. There's value in going off purpose or not having one to begin with. Your feline nature will guide your way with an instinct to metaphorically stretch, pounce, and climb at your whim. Hmm. Virgo, you'll feel spontaneously driven to serve someone, to pay full attention to the person's preferences and how they need things done. It's a beautiful and rare gift you're giving here. Okay, that sounds good. Sagittarius, you're exciting because you entertain risky ideas, not because you always do them. That would make you a fool. What you're cooking up in that playful mind of yours is making you very attractive to someone.
True,
Uh-oh. Okay,
true.
that
I'm
sounds
always
good.
thinking.
Anybody else in the chat? He said, keep it zipped and lay low. Got it. That's right. It's Akuma. Well, it's also Mercury retrograde right now. So everybody should be keeping it zipped and laying low. Everybody should be being very careful with their words until June 3rd, because as Mercury is moving backward, Mercury is the planet of communication. So as it moves backward, it makes for things to be convoluted and lost in translation. So even with people who know you well, you might find that you'll have a miscommunication with them within the next few weeks. And that'll really just be because Mercury is moving backward. It's not personal, it will pass, but just something to keep an eye out for. Having a little bit more patience, being a little bit more kind in our speech, even just things like not even with talking to people, even things like your phone. Make sure you back up your phone, restart it if you haven't in a while.
Hmm.
Make sure you're saving files that you're working on because during Mercury retrograde, things can get lost, um, devices can malfunction, travel plans can get disrupted because even though Mercury is the planet of communication, a lot of what communication involves is also transportation.
Interesting.
So, yeah, just something to keep an eye out for.
Yeah, I'm glad that people out there are listening and people
Yes.
are in here curious about what their day is gonna be. Nice. It's beautiful, matter of fact. Yeah, would you like to do some astrology every week up there, every Saturday?
Yeah, I think I would.
I'm gonna do a thumbnail for you. I'm gonna have my nephew do a nice thumbnail for you. We can do both the weight and the thumbnail and the astrology.
There's so many topics that can be explored with the view of astrology. So, Rock with a Beano.
By the way, Rock Willabino, welcome to the platform. Welcome to the platform, and he wants to know about Gemini.
I like that picture, Rock with a
I'll put it back up.
Beano. Yeah, put it back up. Be a gang. Okay, so um let's go to Gemini, which is one of my favorites. I love Geminis. Um, Dating a Gemini is a truly exhilarating experience, it says. Now, Gemini is ruled by Mercury. So the fact that Mercury is retrograde right now and it's retrograde in Gemini, fun fact. But anyway, I digress. Um, They're the social butterflies of the zodiac and need constant stimulation through communication and daily adventures. And yes, that constant stimulation rule applies to the bedroom. These air signs are natural wordsmiths, and like minded air signs, Libra and Aquarius, deeply appreciate their clever wit and vivacious intellectualism. For this sign, however, opposites really attract. The Sagittarius and Gemini match is one of the most dynamic pairings of the zodiac. So remember, I was just telling you that, Mace?
Mm-hmm.
Your
Mm-hmm.
opposite is Gemini, and
Mm-hmm.
so Sagittarius is Gemini's opposite.
Mm-hmm.
These signs are both natural wanderers, and when linked, they can form an incredibly creative, fun loving power couple. On a bad day, however, Gemini has a reputation for being flighty and unreliable. Logical Virgo and intuitive Pisces may struggle with Gemini's sporadic energy, as these sensitive signs take Gemini's capricious energy way too personally. When paired with a Virgo or Pisces, this sign should be extra compassionate and understanding of their partner's needs. Remember, there's nothing wrong with occasionally slowing down to mellow out and relax. See, I don't think slowing down is in Gemini's vocabulary. Like, that's just not what y'all do.
Interesting.
That's just not. So, like, if I go to the personality of a Gemini explained page, and again, I'm reading this from allure.com, fair use. Um, It says, have you ever been so busy that you wished you could clone yourself just to get everything done? That's the Gemini experience in a nutshell. Appropriately symbolized by the celestial twins, this air sign was interested in so many pursuits that it had to double itself. Because of Gemini's intrinsic duality, they're often falsely misrepresented as two faced. In reality, Gemini rarely has a hidden agenda. They're playful and intellectual. Gemini is constantly juggling a variety of passions, hobbies, careers, and friend groups. They are the social butterflies of the zodiac. These quick witted twins can talk to anyone about anything.
Yeah. Because I heard Gemini, my father told me Geminis fall in love hard. They love someone, they all in.
Um, I don't know if that's accurate. I think that might be more personal than general.
Is Gemini in June?
Yes, it starts May 21st, but it runs through June, the middle of June.
Okay. Interesting.
The thing is, Geminis love talking and engaging. And so as long as you can keep them engaged, they're happy.
Yeah, because I'm more, I know it sounds funny to people when I say, or aloof. I am, it's Akuma said, would tune in if we do this every week. We can easily do this every week, Akuma. It's not a
Oh yeah.
problem.
Oh yeah.
I've seen the glitches. Oh well, just turn my phone on. It's 1:11 and 11:15 now. But you're right. And my brother said to you, interesting everything you said. And welcome to the platform. I'm program again, bro. Don't be a
Keep
stranger.
chatting so Mace can keep putting your picture up.
I gotta. Oh, you want me to do that? Sure. You got a fan, brother. Tell her thank you. You appreciate it. That's what I do when women think I'm attractive. Trust me, I gotten a few of those lately. Women I don't even know, but they're on YouTube. Other night, woman hit me up, well, $100 cash apps. Said, this talk basketball. I said, okay.
Yeah, my
Put,
cash app is Jersey Lioness if anybody wants to buy me lunch today.
you heard it, bro.
It worked last week. I had some pizza, even though the pizza wasn't good.
Yeah, bro, hit our cash app. Let me put it in here. Oh, man. I'll get it. And send this lady some lunch.
Yes, because I'm trying to have gains. I'm trying to build a booty, Mace. Can't build a booty without eating and squatting. So I gotta eat before I squat, and I gotta squat to eat.
You heard of Jersey Lioness, everybody. Go
I
over
woke
there.
up this morning and did some squats. I like sometimes I'll just start busting them out whenever the mood strikes me because I'm like, hey, it can't hurt.
I cannot wait to get back exercising again. I
Yeah.
mean, I cannot wait to Monday morning. I mean, that's gonna take a little while because when before I got sick again, uh, me doing that, I was in tune. I mean, I used to show to 1:32 in the morning, be up at 5, take a shower, and just start walking.
Hmm. Sometimes it's nice to just do that. Just go walking aimlessly. It's not even necessarily with the purpose of burning anything or sweating or anything, but just getting yourself moving.
I mean, you're from here. You know how nice in this time of the year the early morning hours are.
Yeah, the cherry blossoms and
Hmm.
yeah.
People don't realize that living in other spots around the world.
Oh my gosh, Mace, it has been 90 degrees for the past 2 weeks here already. We are already using AC.
Gonna get worse down there too.
I know. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm really excited though. I can't
You
lie to
should
you.
be.
I'm really excited to have my first Texan summer. Like super excited.
You know, listening to Raven Knight, because Ravens lives
Yeah,
down there.
yeah.
Uh,
Shout out to Raven Knight.
I never seen a guy or a person from Texas. One thing about Texans I realized they are just different people than us.
Yeah, that's an understatement, Mace. That's an understatement. I was really surprised. Like I'm still surprised every time I like chat with someone. It's weird, man. I was in Quick Trip the other day, and I'm sorry. You were gonna say something. Go ahead.
Oh man, keep talking.
I was in Quick Trip the other day, and
Mm,
um, I don't drink soda, but that day in particular, I was getting soda because I wanted to make some cocktails. So I
mm-hmm,
literally went to their fountain just to get like one of those big drinks full of it because I wasn't
mm-hmm.
gonna need it past that day, and I just wanted to, have a little bit. So anyway, I was going into the machine because, well, let me back up.
Mm-hmm.
Originally, I was going to go to Sonic to get a cherry limeade, but they were
Uh-huh.
out of ice. So I was like, well, let me go to Quick Trip so I can get ice and some kind of, something similar. So I'm getting it, and this guy walks up to me and he starts talking about soda, and I'm clearly not making eye contact with him. And so I'm like, what? I'm like, I don't understand what it is about men that like they don't pick up on social cues. Like if you're talking to a woman and she refuses to make eye contact with you, you should probably stop talking.
It's funny you say that because one thing about me, I can observe that for other people, but when it comes to myself and I bump into somebody I'm talking, I don't pick up on that. Now I do.
Yeah.
It took me a while to understand, but they're just not, you know, it's amazing. Now, well, brother, if you still in here, Rock, let us know what part of the country you live in.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
What's up?
Oh man.
See, you and me are bad together. I could only imagine like if you and I went to like the bar or something. Oh my gosh.
Oh
It
wow.
would be nothing but alley oops all night.
Alley oops.
Yep.
Yeah, it's funny because I'm laughing because when I first lost my weight, uh, the brother hit you back up. See, told him to put it up. There you go.
Oh,
East Coast,
man. I left New Jersey and came to Texas.
brother.
Yeah.
You got Amira up here. You should be. Hey, would you like to come up and talk to her? I'll give it to you.
Oh no, I'm too shy for that.
Are you too shy for that?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh man, I remember the day that Platinum left me alone with China White on his platform. Oh my God.
Shout out to Platinum. Platinum is Bay.
Yes, he,
Love
yeah, small boy. That's all boy. Shout out to Platinum Elite.
that guy.
He's tremendous. I mean, I'm so proud of him. I
Yeah.
mean, because I remember when me and him had a talk one night. This was like 2 years ago, and I told him, bro, you got a lot of haters, bro. That's the bottom line.
Hater.
Back at the time, he still does got haters now, but he's blown up. He's in another stratosphere now,
Yeah, he can't even hear his haters anymore.
I think one of the reasons why, oh, he's so humble behind. I talk to him behind the scenes. Like I talk to him when my show's over, and he
Hmm.
stays up here. Me and him just talk about our platform, more his platform, because my platform is sales. But um, he is such a humble human being.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good people. I mean,
Yeah.
Ism is good people, but Ism is a little out there.
Hmm.
He's more of the brother say he'll come up another time. There you go. Hey, you in the northeast or in the south part of the East Coast? You in the south or the northeast, brother? Let us know, Rock.
I
This the
see what
north of
you're
this,
doing here, Mace.
huh?
Nothing.
Not what you think.
Ah,
No, seriously, because sometimes I like to know what part of the country people live because they ask where I'm
yeah, because
from
you
all the
got to
time.
make connections, right? Because,
Yeah,
yeah. Uh-huh.
yeah, that's all. That's the only reason why I do it. Now, women hesitate about it. Like when I had Sexy Red last week, I know where she's at. But I
Yeah,
mentioned it, she was like, "Well, I'm everywhere." I'm like, "Okay, girl, I know where you're going with this."
I love
Sexy,
her. She is amazing. She's
yes, she is. She is a
hilarious,
tremendous lady, and I
smart.
always tell her that in Instagram. I said, "You are absolutely tremendous."
Yeah.
Oh, she had a good time early this morning up in the Purge. I'll tell you that.
I missed that, but I heard her last night. I heard her when she got on last night.
Yeah, they all. I mean, they still on now. But
Are they?
I told Auntie, you're gonna go past 12 hours. She said, "Nah, man, it's gonna be 12 hours." And I said, "Okay, bro, you see."
I voted for Bronzebird in the poll. He had
Bronze
a
Bird is phenomenal.
Yeah, he had a poll. Who's the Purge MVP? And I voted for Bronzebird.
Who won that MVP?
I don't
Possibly.
know. I think the choices were Mother Twerks.
Oh, yeah, she went off last night on Black Men up
I
there.
missed that.
I saw
So
that.
um and James Keels.
And Kills is
And I
always
forget
lit.
who else.
Yeah, the Purge is still on.
Okay.
The next time I get Auntie up here, matter of fact, let me write it to him right now.
Did you vote in the poll yet?
Nah, honey, to be honest with you, I mean, I appreciate what he does,
Uh-huh.
but I don't get all mixed up in it.
No, I don't either, Mace. I don't either. Like
Um,
I know where to get my bread buttered.
uh,
I'm not a roaster, so I would get up there and everybody would be roasting
oh,
me, and I would just be quiet because I don't have quick comebacks like that.
I told you I can roast if someone roasts me, or like I was gonna do last night, but if I will go after Melanie King later on today. You don't think I am? You stay tuned.
Okay.
Oh my God, you talk about a leech. He got 9 people up there. He got Fighter up there. He got, let's see, Mother Earth is up there. Keels is up. The new heartthrob. I don't know if you know this guy. 'Cause I was watching this right before I came up. The king of lions. These women up there earlier was going crazy about.
Oh, yeah, I know who that is. I wouldn't call him a heartthrob, but I know who that
Those
is.
women in the chat in the platform did. Oh yeah, he's hot. Yeah, I'm like, really?
Mm, okay. Man, oh man.
I'm right here, babe. I'm writing to Auntie. I just told him I told you he was going more than 12 hours.
Okay. Yeah, then he has to restart it at some point, right?
Yeah, 11:55 he started. That's why you see platinum now. When you go past, when he goes over 11 hours, he ends at 11:55.
Oh, okay.
You know me, I go to like 14 sometimes,
Yeah.
and they just edit 90 minutes of it.
Okay. Yeah, I will have to relaunch my channel because my channel got terminated.
I heard about that and I felt so bad.
No, don't. It's fine. It's fine. It all happens for a reason. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna edit my videos that I had up on my old channel. I'm gonna cut them down a bit,
Hmm.
especially like the ones that went over 2 hours. I only had a few that went over 2 hours, but I do want to condense it and make it more of a presentation this time. So yeah, I'm gonna spend some time doing that this week with all of them.
All right, Auntie going off on, going off on our good boy, what's his face? Oh, he's going off on James Keels.
Really?
Yeah,
But James Keels makes it easy to go off on
I
him.
love James.
I think no, but I think he gets off on it in some strange way.
He's your typical, and I'm gonna clean this word up because it could be sensitive to our culture. He's too brother. There's another word for it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Mother Twerk Sports. He was roasting us last night. Mama's fried chicken. Zion Williams. Ben Simmons tours from Mom's Casket. Stephen Ross. Chris. I'll say it again. If you can do that, Mr. Miami, I will get you a $400 Emmanuel Ogbar jersey. If you can do all of that.
I kind of want some potato salad, Mace.
You like potato salad?
I make a really good potato salad.
Wow. Wow. I'm not potato. You know what? Believe it or not, I'm not into potato. Uh, what's that other salad?
Macaroni?
Yeah, I'm not into that. I don't even eat collard greens.
Yeah, there's been some discussion about you in our black meetings. We might be taking your car.
Why?
Cause how can you not like collard greens? They're freaking
I,
delicious.
first of all, I'm laughing.
Collard
What
greens
way?
are great.
I know Laurel thinks I support white man. I don't. But you, Mr. Miami, put in the chat. One, I do. I don't. Two, I do. Do I support white man, Mr. Miami? One, I don't. Two, I do. It's Akuma. I am FAOO.
He's laughing his fucking ass off.
No way I support white man. Go ahead, Mr. Miami. For all the racist stuff I said up here. You know who thought I was nuts when I used to go off racially? God bless his soul. We just lost him 2 months ago. A month and a half ago was Beasley.
Who did we lose?
Beasley. You know who Beasley is?
No. Who's
Beasley, a troll type of guy, had his own platform late at night, had all those older, middle aged women up there as his groupies. Used to come up here from time to time. Me and him formed a tight bond 'cause we're all the same age. Me, him, in general. What's what's our boy? It's another one that's in that group, and they used to come up here and we used to talk about. life the way we grew up knowing it, because we're all similar ages. We could talk about things in the 1970s. Me and Platinum are the same age, but I'm not going to give my age out to get him mad at me. Oh, man. Let me see what this says. Uh, my condolences to Beasley's family. Yeah. Would you put one in the chat? I'm not a coon, and two, I am. Please, Mr. Miami. Can you do that? It's a Kuma's cracking. Yeah,
Wow,
rest
rest
in
in
peace,
peace
Beasley.
for
I
sure.
miss him so much now. Oh, the other guy is Little Big Nate. Me and Little Big Nate was real tight.
Okay.
They threw him off YouTube.
Damn.
Yeah, the
Well,
sister.
listen, I want to say thank you to you because I'm so glad that we met and that we produce content together and that we get a chance to interact with one another. I'm so glad that I'm here with you. Um,
Same here.
yeah, and I will be creating more content on my channel soon.
Yeah,
I gotta actually have you over on my channel one
anytime you
day.
want me, I'm there, girl.
All right,
Anytime you want me, I'm there. I
awesome.
felt horrible when I was in the hospital. And I was everywhere on Black You too. And thank you, Mr. Miami, for backing me up. You got another admirer, Toy. I told you you got your admirers, baby. Uh, when Roger said, when I used to go to Roger's room, and he used to say, like, talk to you the way he did, I said, "Oh, we got one of those." I said that on the platform. I said, "We got one of those, huh, Roger?"
I love Roger. Shout out to the Roger Report.
And what I mean by that is, and I don't want you to feel embarrassed. When
No,
I say that, that means that we got someone that, when it comes to women, that off limits. And Roger made sure nobody F with you in that room. He made sure that.
yeah,
Yeah.
he still makes sure of that, and I appreciated that. I honestly, when you brought it to my attention, is when I realized how real that was. Because prior to that, I don't think I had. I think I had taken that for granted. But when you brought it to my attention, and I started seeing how things went in other people's chat rooms and stuff, I was like, wait a minute, Mace was right. Because I even had guys telling me like, oh, how do you come over here and you just feel like you have the right to just hop up on a panel or just engage in conversation with people, and I'm like, well, I have a mouth, you know what I mean, like
Yeah, a
i'm
lot
not
of these
in,
guys do that, unfortunately.
I'm also not easily intimidated. Like, I'm very respectful. If there's certain people who don't have women on their panels, I totally respect that. And I had to find that out the hard way in some cases because I wanted to add to a discussion, but I was told no, we don't have women here. And it's like, all right, cool, but I could still sit back and listen and hear what's happening, what's going on, and perhaps glean something from it. But yeah, I do very much appreciate Roger's protection and, you know, making
Hey,
sure that people know.
when Slowface said what he said to Miss V, I'm like, bro. I said, hey, this shit ain't happening up here anymore. I said, if you attack women up here, you gone.
Yeah, shout out to Miss V. I miss her.
She made her platform a business now. I'm so proud of her.
Yeah, she's
She's
doing
just
great,
all in now. Whatever happened with her and that other person has motivated her so much,
which is good.
which now she's letting the world know that she's a boss. You know what?
That's right. That's right.
She's gone that route. And I told her that about herself a while ago. I said, you do realize what you are, right? And she said,
Yeah.
what am I, Mace? I said, you are boss B.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, how did you know that about me? I said, because you got men on your platform intimidated by you. You don't see that? And
Yeah,
then one day she told me, you're right, Mace. I do intimidate the men. You do.
she sets trends and blazes trails.
She is
Like,
tremendous.
there, yeah, that's the thing. When people see that you have the ability, to to get things done like that, they want to latch on to it because they want some of that goodness for themselves. And the good thing about that is once they make themselves clear as leeches, they end up writing themselves off or wiping themselves out.
Yeah. And then again, I mean, you can observe people who are leeches, and the sad thing about people who leech, they don't care. They have no respect for that person they're
No,
leeching. They don't have no respect about for no one. They don't even respect themselves.
that's absolutely correct.
That's why, like I said this the other night to Laurel. This is why I stay in here and I don't get into manosphere's problems.
Mm-hmm.
I
Smart.
said, enough with Kevin Samuels already.
Right.
Let this man rest in peace. But these people, oh God, the sisters, oh my Lord, they treating this like Jesus has come back to earth.
Mm-hmm.
All the man tried to do was help.
Yep.
And I hate to say what I'm about to say, but it's the truth. Platinum the other day played, to me, the best video Kevin Samuels ever did. And this one, he was trying to help men. And it was called Black Men You Belong There Too. And what it was about was, good to see you, one community. You talk about long time no see. What's up, brother? As he has the continent of Africa there representing. Good to see you. Talk my truth, mates. You got it. I will. Um, I'm looking at I look at uh, these people celebrating a man's death. All this man tried to do was help. And let me get back to it. I lost my train of thought for a second. Here it is. I said, plot. I was in the chat. I said, play the whole video. And what it's about is black men do not compete for their women. And I find that disgusting. Black men, and this is why when I get my second channel up, and it's coming, it'll be next month, about this time a month from now. I'll have it all set, and I'll be doing most of my summer shows over there because sports is dead until football season starts. So, and the one thing that bothers me about black men is that when it comes to their women, they don't fight for their women. I think it's crazy. They will fight for their woman if she's with another black man. But when she's with men of other races, they just put their head down and keep walking. You should know. I live here in New York. I see it every day.
Yeah.
I mean, black men, don't kill each other. Fight your enemies. That's what your women want you to do. I said that up here a year ago. Oh, it caused a firestorm. Oh, it sure did. I said it on Rogers too. At least Black Euro and BGS agree with me. Oh, you've been in London for 6 months? You know what? I want to interview you if I can next sometime this week or next weekend, bro. We're gonna talk about this war between the British Africans and the Caribbean African because that is getting out of hand over the seas. People don't know about it. It fascinates me. Nice start to Ninjaville. Okay. I appreciate that. A lot of people told me that. Auntie said something to me 2 weeks ago that made me almost cry. He said the reason why he got the purge, he got it from me when I was doing when I did Ninjaville a couple of shows when people were roasting each other on the platform.
Okay.
Oh, you from New York too, brother? I feel you. You went back home to the oh, you still in New York? Okay. Oh, okay. Welcome home, bro. Welcome home. Good to hear that. Welcome home, you just turned 30. I'm not competing anymore unless it's with myself. There you go, boy.
That's smart. That is a
There you go,
smart
young
man
man.
right there.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna put the Patreon together too. Don't worry, we're gonna do some stuff on Patreon. Oh, I got a show that I came up with. It's only gonna be on Patreon. You people are going to love. And my boy is recruiting for me right now to get some guests for that. You people are gonna be shocked. It will be on Patreon. Also, you'll get my roastings on Patreon. Brand new roastings. How I truly feel. There you go, brother. My man's in London right now. Let's see what time is it. Should be 6 o'clock in London right now. Am I correct? One community, 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. What time is it over there in jolly old England?
Jolly old England. Did you have your beans and toast? That's what they be eating for breakfast.
Six
Weirdo.
o'clock. Yeah, they're 4.5 hours ahead of us. Strange time, right? I know Paris is 6 hours ahead of us.
Well, Mace, it's almost 1 o'clock here, so it's time for me to
Hey,
go
hey, hey, I know,
have
baby.
lunch.
I know you gave me a great hour and a half, and I love you. Thank you so much, baby.
You're welcome, Toyah.
That's the one thing I do enjoy about you
What's that?
is that when it's done for you, it's done.
Oh yeah, I hate dragging things out. Like so much so that my friends always get on me because they say I leave abruptly,
Hmm.
and I don't mean to do that. It's just exactly what you said. When I'm ready to go, I go.
Yeah, you're a woman. You are a woman that have other interest in life.
Okay.
That you're always on the go. There's nothing wrong with that. My dad was like that. You know, my dad used to do it. And I'll end this. And one community said he had it earlier. The beans and what's it called
Beans
again?
and toast. Yeah.
Beans and toast. He said he had it earlier. My dad, and I'm not joking. Every Thanksgiving, we'll eat in at least 10 people's homes
Wow.
because he was that popular with people. I think I asked my father this. And I said, "Is the best thing ever happened to you, Dad, was that you divorced, mom divorced you?" He said, "Yeah." I don't like to talk about it because I was a child when they used to fight a lot, but those were some horror stories. And my father told me the first time he left my mother was never, I was 9 years old. He said, "You're the man of the house now," and I'm the youngest child. Think about that. I'm the
Baby.
youngest, and he told me, "You're the man of the house." He said, "Do yourself a favor. Don't ever hit a woman."
Well, that was great advice.
You don't want to know the other advice he gave me.
No, I do now. I want to know. Your father sounds like he was a smart man.
Oh no, you're gonna agree what I'm about to say next.
Uh-huh, I see.
He told me when I'm gonna say I was about 22 years old. He said, "Son, don't ever cry for a woman."
Mm.
He said that do you, life would be so much better.
Mm-hmm.
So then years later, I was with him, and he got mad at me. He said, "Son, did you take what I said to heart years ago?" I said, "Yeah, Dad, you're my father. I'm gonna listen to you." And he said, "Son, live a life a little bit."
Yeah.
I wish Dad and my brothers would have seen me the way I am. Well, they wouldn't have liked me, and I know my father wouldn't have liked me. Being on dialysis and everything.
Yeah.
You know, I used to tell the people at the clinic. I said, my father's still alive. He'll be with me every day. He would be.
Aw.
Yeah, he was like
Well,
that.
he is with you. You know he's still with you, just not in the
Yeah, that I do know. And unfortunately, mom is still with us.
physical.
uh,
Well, who's gonna make her turkey wings, right? You gotta be here.
yeah, I'm gonna make my turkey wings. It's the Kuma's cracking up. And see, this side of me, I don't let out. I let the audience enjoy themselves. I let the panel do what they say, as long as they don't go overboard. So let me let this beautiful woman go. I love you, and you have a good week.
I love you too, Mace. You
There you go.
too.
There you go, babe. I love this lady so much. And you know what? You photograph very well. My nephew said that to me.
Oh, thank
Yeah,
you.
my nephew said, "Who's that lady you be rocking with? Put
Oh.
her thumbnail up on the weekends." I said, "That's Toyah." Why? He said, "That woman photographs well." That's coming from a 30-year-old.
Hey.
That I told him he never has problems with women because he's 6'5".
Listen, the closer I get to 40, I'm like, hey, I'll take any compliments I get from someone who's 30 and younger.
Toya, I noticed this too that whatever culture you grow up in, and it's very offensive if you don't eat and you tell people you're
Yeah.
on a diet, they look at you. That man, Zano's right about that.
No, that's true. It's true, but that's because people want you to be like them, and misery loves company, right? So
You ain't lying about that.
if I'm gonna make bad decisions, it's better if I can make bad decisions with someone else in tow.
Let me say something about this. Because this hits home with me all the time. Um, one thing I don't do, I don't make fun, especially in our culture, when people never had a father around. And I don't know if these young ladies act out of control because there's not a father,
Mhm.
but if that is truly the case, it's so sad. I have a group of young men up here. You know who they all are. One of them is in the chat, Mr. Miami. You can add Akuma to this because the way he is now hatched on to me, one community. For some strange reason, I connect with young black men. And I think the reason is because I've raised my nephews very well. I mean, one of the compliments I used to get in my old neighborhood where I used to live is, well, you may not like that fat B. Well, I'll say, you may not like that fat bastard, but look what he did with those two boys. And, women who would be our mothers, that age range back
Mhm.
then, they would compliment me. They said, "You've done a real good job with those boys." And I said, "Thank you."
Yeah.
And it turned out to be fine young men. But I told my nephew, I said, "Bro, you don't understand why women fall for you? You're 6'5", bro. You're lean. You got broad shoulders. Women like that, bro.
Yeah.
You go to the nightclub, boy, they're all coming up to you. They're not coming up to other dudes.
Yeah. I'm
I
I'm
thought Toya was my age.
I'm your age in spirit, it's Akuma.
Hey, Akuma, let me say this to you, bro.
Staring down the barrel of 40.
Any person that did what you did, bro, you deserve a couple of riches, brother.
Oh
I mean
yeah.
that, bro.
Oh yeah.
And basketball, you know how hard that is to lose 175 pounds on playing basketball. This man deserves a goddamn medal of honor. Basketball.
Yeah. I love basketball.
I
But that
know you do.
no, I used to play. So yeah, I told oh hey Uncle GP. Um yeah, but I used to play, so I can totally understand how you can lose weight from it. It's such a it's a full court sport. You got to be constantly moving and engaged.
Here we go. Say what's up to go, Professor.
Uncle GP in the house. My mom just sent me a voice message. Sorry.
Good to see go, Professor.
Yes, shout out to Gold Professor putting in work every morning with that golden voice.
There you go.
But yeah, I'm gonna hop off. Have a good rest of your stream, Mace, and I'll
I
talk
am
to you
I
again
am about
soon.
I am about to go myself, but I want to
Oh,
thank
okay.
everybody that came. Oh, Professor was here, GP, it's Akuma, Manzano, One Community, good seeing him over in Jolly Old England. Mr. Miami. Who else was here? This man was here who Toya thinks is the bomb. Hope he comes back next Saturday. The show will be based on weight loss, um, psycho analysis on people who lose weight, and of course, the brand new topic that people are in love with in here, astrology. It'll be all Grinder was here. It'll be all Toyah beginning next week up here. Appreciate everybody that came. Toyah, I love you. I'll send you a couple of trinkets so you can enjoy lunch today.
Thank you, Mace.
Everybody else, I will see you later tonight. And let me see what Manzano says. Someone sent me something real quick. Let me see who that was. Uh, People in the clouds, thank you. Oh, it's Akuma. Okay, boy, I got you. So for everybody that came here today, thank you so much. I may be back. If I'm back tonight, it's for the big hockey game at 10 o'clock tonight. Edmonton and LA. You know, I'm a romantic when it comes to sports, so you know how I feel about that series. Dallas and Phoenix is tomorrow. I have a Raven Knight up here. He's in the Metroplex. Toya's in the Metroplex. Did you get to see a playoff game here yet?
No. I gotta get out more, Mace.
You got to get out more. I know I
Yeah.
got to get out more.
Yeah, I gotta get out more.
But I'm more of a morning person. I'm
Me
not a night
too.
person. I'm not
Yeah.
a guy, but I've never been to a nightclub. I know I'm not missing from the horror stories guys have told me about that. Matter of fact, I heard nightclubs are dying.
Oh yeah, they are.
You think it's because of the disconnect people have with each other, men and women?
That, but I think also the pandemic sped that up a bit. Like people don't want to even be in enclosed spaces like they used to be.
Interesting. I heard black women are the number one group of women that go clubbing. Boy, you
Yeah.
talk about women just want to have fun. I will talk about that another day. I used to talk about that a lot, and I used to get a lot of backlash.
Yeah.
But they do like to have fun. Fellas, if you're like me and you're boring and you like to read books instead of date women, they're never talking to you. I will see you all tonight.
Mwah.
Mwah. You too. You have a great week, honey. I'll see you in some chats. I love you.
Love you too.
I'll see you guys later tonight. Thank you, people in the clouds. If you like this platform, here you go. Uh, Hit the like button and the subscribe button. I don't care about cash apps. I don't beg for money. So there you go. Like, share, and subscribe if you like this. Because you're gonna get more of this every weekend with Toyah. Okay. Love you all. See you later tonight, everybody. Have a good day, everybody. Good afternoon from the Oasis. Enjoy your lunch to everybody. It's lunchtime in most of the places across the country. So enjoy your lunch. Kuma says, when I get a new mic and computer, I'm gonna pull up. You better pull up. Peace and love to you, family. I love you, man. Come back later tonight, Akuma, and we'll talk Steelers, all right? Talk about your Steelers. See you tonight, everybody. I love you. Have a good day. Enjoy your lunchtime across the United States. Good afternoon from the Oasis.